I studied Spanish when I was in high school in the United States, and a little bit in university, but not very much. And probably about 4 or 5 years ago, we were spending a bit of time in Spain every year. And I would walk around and listen to people, and I thought, do you know, I should know what they're saying more, understand a bit more of the communication. And I felt that I'd wasted all that time. I had some knowledge locked up, hopefully, somewhere in the back of my head, and I wanted to retrieve it. So yeah, I think my objectives are being fulfilled. And when I go to Spain, I'm occasionally confident to speak to people, but I tend to listen in on things, which is a bit more fun. And then when you speak back to them, they're shocked because they have no idea that you've understood what they've said. Yes, Martha has taught me for about 3, maybe 4 years now, and it's been very personalized from day one. She has all sorts of different ways and ideas of how to try and get the Spanish in my head and pull it back out from the storage facility. It hopefully has been locked in since the 1980s. I think some of the techniques that have worked best for me are the old-fashioned ones, good old writing things down over and over. I've really enjoyed Martha's recommendations of television shows. I started out by watching them in Spanish and having the translation in the bottom in English. I've moved on to Spanish and Spanish. And I think in theory I should be just listening in Spanish, but I'm not quite confident enough, and sometimes the stories are too entertaining to not understand the subtlety. I think my confidence has gone up a lot. We were fortunate in that we were able to go to Spain for about 10 days last summer, and I did have a few conversations. I was with my son and his friend who are doing GCSE Spanish, so I was trying to get them to practice, and the local population enjoyed that. And I think it's been a 100% bespoke learning sessions over the years. Martha tries really hard to pull out different material and is forever challenging me and pushing me beyond my limits. So I enjoy it. I keep coming back. I would say that I have been much more aware of the culture of Spanish-speaking people, and the differences between Spaniards and South Americans and Central Americans and Mexicans and Hispanic Americans. Again, I mean, I sound like I'm always listening to everybody, but sometimes when I'm in the States and I'm shopping, you come across people who are speaking Spanish. There were a couple girls in a TJ Maxx, which is TK Maxx. And they were adorable. They were maybe 16 and they were shopping for dresses, and they were chatting back and forth about how their mother would never let them wear this to the dance, and the other one was and it felt like a bit of a voyeur, but it was just great for me to understand and comprehend that the culture was that the mother would never let them out of the house wearing this sort of slinky dress, but the girls really wanted to do it because they wanted to look like their American friends. But I think my character, I've been a bit more aware of people, particularly in and around London, in the UK, people who are Spanish or have speaking Spanish. Sometimes you come across them in the store around Cobham. Probably not my memory, but that's because of age. And patience, well, that's been difficult with lockdown, but I think, I have been able to sit and watch some TV shows in Spanish with a bit more patience than I would have a year ago. Probably one of the days would have been last summer when we were away, and there were some people doing some work nearby, and they were speaking to my husband in English because he doesn't speak a word of Spanish, and then they go away and talk amongst themselves, and I could understand almost everything that they said, and the conversation went back and forth a few times, and then I said a few things to them in Spanish and they were like shocked because they thought, they hadn't said anything bad about us, but I think they were surprised that I was standing there silently listening to the conversation, coming up with what they were talking about, and I couldn't translate it 100%, but I got the gist of it. So I think that helped me discover how I learn, which is by listening, but also by by practicing, and yeah, just being immersed in the language. Yo quiero Taco Bell, which is very pathetic, but Taco Bell is a fast food restaurant in the United States, and years ago they had a little Chihuahua, and in the ad, the Chihuahua would be doing whatever he was doing, and the little Chihuahua would go, Yo quiero Taco Bell! And for some reason that always makes me laugh. Although I can't say that the Spanish I've learned at SLS has helped me at all with that statement, but it makes me laugh.